Batman, on level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
We are back with another video. Listen, looks like Antony could be happening. We'll speak about Gakpo as well, but first of all, Saeed, how you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? Positive vibes, innit? Look what a win does, innit, man? You know what I mean? It just changes the complexion because I had Lad Bible filming in it with Bavs. Oh my god, Bavs, man. Bavs is a hard one, man.
He's shameless.
Brother, he's shameless. He's super positive, and he's actually like he just wound me up, man. I was moving differently that day, but luckily I came in like winning a game, innit? You feel me? But yeah, man, I just feel a bit easy, at least. You know, I mean, on a big six, you got to defend your club. It's peak, man. So yeah, man, I'm just happy, man. Got the first win. I'm starting to see a different side to Ten Hag now. He's starting to believe that he's actually the manager now. Before, he was a bit like trying to be nice to everybody in terms of the players, but now I feel like he feels like he's a boss now. You're the boss.
But I said it, I think it was always going to happen. Like, I think Ten Hag clearly said he was going to give everyone a chance. Then it's about taking your places.
Yeah,
taking your place.
exactly.
Like, and let's be honest, for example, Maguire went great the second game. He eventually got dropped the next game. He played Varane. Varane performed. Varane's going to keep his place on the weekend in my eyes.
100%. You know what I mean? I think, you know, the lineup could have went horribly wrong, you know, but you know what? The manager believes in himself, innit? And I feel like that's what he's doing. He's not kind of bothered about the fans or what they say. Because, you know, I think dropping Maguire was bigger than dropping Ronaldo. I don't know what you think here, but
it weren't even just those two players. He made a lot of big calls, you know. The Maguire thing you said, the Ronaldo thing. Fred got dropped because he started the first two games. Luke Shaw dropped from last year. And that's where, like, I've said it before, like, and I said it the other day on the match reaction, flipping El Tenor. Like, you deserve all the praise for the other day, innit? Because I said it 8 days before, you got battered by Brentford. How are the players going to then motivate themselves, or how are you going to motivate the players? Because that's something we questioned for the last 24 months, for example. And Ten Hag done it, and let's see if they can keep it up on the weekend.
You know what? You say that. I think that's a bigger game than the Liverpool game, man. The Southampton one, in a sense of the reaction, in it. Like, you know, is it going to be back to same old, or do they actually put in a performance? You know what I mean? Because I feel like if they literally don't perform to the standards they did, and we end up getting a draw or something, or worse than that, you know, lose, I think it's gonna be like same old. But I think the next two games are winnable, man. And then we go into the Arsenal game full of confidence. We're on a 3 on the bounce. You know what I mean? So I think the next two games are winnable. Southampton, let's not pretend that win that they had on the weekend was anything big, man. This team, has been, I think, declining since, I would say, for the past few years, man. They've been hovering around like mid-table, kind of like, you know, relegation area. Like, you know, I don't know if Hasselhoe's took them as far as they can, but we should be going.
I think Southampton are in that process where they still need another rebuild kind of thing, innit? Because I think now they've revamped the squad. I think they had the youngest squad on the weekend or something. And
to be fair,
23 or something. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, as much as people want to criticize Ralph Hasenhuttl, this is a massive, like, kind of like, what do you call it? Oh, like a journey kind of thing for Southampton right now. Like with a lot of youngsters and stuff, innit?
You know what? It's true. Lavia kid's good. Good.
Like they had that Livramento guy, obviously now injured. Joe Aribo they bought, who's a bit, I swear he's like 24, 25, so he's a bit older than him. So let's see it. And they bought that City keeper as well.
Yeah, they did.
The new guy.
Yeah.
Big up Shuvam with the super chat said the British click need to be broken, Shaw and Harry. And they have.
Well, they did it. We did it.
And that's why Ten Hag, as Alien Tenor says, has the balls to make the calls. He deserves the credit. I'll be honest, I want to ask you this now. How do you think the players come out on Saturday then?
I think, you know what? I think there's more pressure on these players more than ever because they set the standard on Monday. Like, it's almost as if you should be embarrassed to drop the levels, in it. Like, if you drop the levels, like, it's peak for these players, in it. Like, and you know what Ten Hag's gonna do? The next day they're gonna come in and do running again. Like, he's gonna make them, he's gonna embarrass them, man. He's gonna call them out. Like we watched Ragnick call players out and talk about the football club. This guy will personally call players out. He won't stand for this foolishness. And I think for me, like I said, these players now, you can't just do it for that game. I don't know if you see Sancho's interview, but what he said was, we can't just do it for this game. We've got to do it every game, innit? And for me, that's a massive statement, man, because he's now acknowledging that, you know what, we can't just do it here and there. Got to do it every game, man. And you know what? I've always said it, man. These players are not crap in it. It's just their application. I've been bagging on about it for so long. Is that they've not put the effort in. They've not put like closing people down, running with intent. We sprinted, I think, double the amount of Liverpool did in that first half. You know what I mean? Obviously, second half was a natural drop off, but we sprinted them massively, and that's what the manager wants, man. All he talked about, he didn't even talk about anything tactically. He just said, I wanted them having more commitment, fighting, winning second balls. We do that, then we're halfway there. I'm telling you.
And that's what I said, like the other game and like the first 3 games, I said this, like, forget tactically from Eric Ten Hag, because Ten Hag got spot on, for example, against Liverpool, yeah? But that's never been, for example, our doubts. We know Ten Hag is a good manager. Like you said it there, player application is massive kind of thing, innit? Because we're better than Brentford. We're better than Brighton in terms of our actual plays.
Yeah.
But in our application going into games is shocking. And that's what I said the other day against Liverpool. That game was played in adrenaline from the players, isn't it? The crowd were up for it as soon as Martinez made that tackle. The crowd were brilliant. Now it's kind of like, okay, Southampton is going to be a different test now. You're not going to have, like, for example, Old Trafford buzzing like that kind of thing, innit? I think the Southampton game's away, innit?
Away, yeah, both away. Both next games are away. And then
so it's going to be a completely different challenge.
Yeah, but if we could get a run together before the Man City game, so we've got Southampton, Leicester, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, and then it's an international break. If we could go into that little bit of fixture with a bit of, I'm not saying like, we're going to be storming the league or what. I'm just saying build some momentum. You know what I mean? And then we could go to Man City and put a bit of a fight in it, you know what I mean? And see what we could do there. But I just feel like we need a bit of run, man. Again, last season, I don't think we won 3 games on the bounce or 2. Like, how often do we win 2 games on the bounce? No consistency at all.
I think the biggest
thing was that
is
Brentford and Brighton game. That was what last season. That's it.
You see, for the bigger games now, I feel like Ten Hag's found a blueprint. Oli had it. Oli against the big 6 was very good, Say whatever you want about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Our record other than maybe last year with Oli was very good. Like, we know we can soak up pressure, hit teams on the break. And listen, when you got Rashford on the break, Martial when he came on the break, Elanga, who I thought done very well in the first half, you're going to cause problems kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
It's just down the Leicester teams. Can the players get motivated for like someone said? I don't think
hopefully
the same intensity now against Southampton.
Yeah, it depends, man. If we get Casemiro in, man, I can't wait. I want to see Casemiro on Saturday, man. I feel like for me, he does start. He's had a pre-season. He's got a pre-season under his belt. Did he not play the Super Cup as well?
Man of the match in the final.
There you go. You know what I mean? Again, I think for me, he can play in there. And then we could possibly play Fred and Eriksen or Fred and Bruno. And then you got a bit more balance in there. Then you got one player who's that destroyer. Then you got Fred who can press high up the pitch without having to flip in.
Oh, so you're bringing Fred back in?
You know what? All of a sudden, he does do that. If you're a footballing man and you don't have an agenda, you bring Fred back in because of the fact that it gives you balance, innit? Like, I see some guy put up Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen. I'm not sure that works, if I'm being honest with you.
But you say that doesn't work here, but Ten Hag clearly wants a ball player, for example, deep in it. That's why he tried with Fred in that number 6 or trying to connect it. That's why then he straight away played Eriksen deeper. So don't you think Eriksen will come in?
But then again,
not come in,
if you want, but I feel like with Fred though, what he'll give you will give you high pressing from the other side of the pitch. He won't kind of be on the edge of his box. That's Fred's game though. If Fred, when we see the best of Fred on the Ragnick, where was it? Like more up the pitch, innit? Remember we played that 4-1-4 formation against Villa away. He was one of the best players on the pitch because he was.
But But what I'm trying to say, I feel like the roles are completely different from what Ralph wants in 8 and what Ten Hag wants. Of course,
yeah.
Which is why I still think Eriksen. Yeah, which is why I still think Eriksen might play a bit deeper, for example.
Okay, you know what though? I have seen. I am surprised that Eriksen is playing that deeper because I would have thought he would have played him in that 10 role. But like I said, you know what I mean? Maybe Eriksen's game has changed as he's gone older. Maybe he's more suited to the deep role where he can pick up the ball.
We saw it last year for Brentford. I'll be honest, I haven't really been impressed with Eriksen.
Like, but he was, you know, he ran the most in the Liverpool game. The most, like that's a myth, you know. A lot of people say he's quite, you know, he's like, you know, Norris says he's, you know, he's the fact that he's 30, he's getting towards that kind of age where, bro, the guy ran the most in the game against Liverpool. That surprised me, man. That surprised me.
But I think
you got to make sure you use Eriksen wisely. You don't have to start him every game, you know, Eriksen.
But that's where, like, with the introduction of Casemiro, and you have a bit more options in that forward area. Now, obviously, you can play Casemiro as a holding midfield, then obviously play Donny, Eriksen, Bruno. You have options, kind of thing, innit? Fred,
options,
even McTominay, if really needed.
Yeah.
So options. Let's see what happens in it. But Antony is definitely not going to be there for the Southampton game. I think he comes.
See that video, by the way?
What? Signing the final?
Of, Richard Arnold, basically, a fan saying, "Oh, Antony to United," and then he says, "Yeah," or something. He kind of confirms it, but I don't know if people just kind of like, you know, if that's just a bluff or whatnot. But I think he's coming. I think all of a sudden people need to stop this idea that, you know, we're financial experts. I get it. It's overwhelming to think 94 million euros. How much is that in pounds? Is that 85 million?
Man.
Nah, I'll be honest with you, man. We need to stop being financial experts, man. Teams are spending money now. Look at Newcastle spending 70 million on Isaac. Look at you know, who's the other one that's gone for big money? Paquetá, 40. You know, people are going to spend money. Like, this is the thing. We need players in. We need quality. We're going to have to pay it. And this is down to the board. This is why, if they'd have got him at the start of the window, he would have cost us 50 million. Easy. But the fact that we prolonged it, and you know what, and here's another thing I want to say. I don't blame Ajax fans for asking for that money. Sorry, Ajax for asking for that money. Because at the end of the day, I would want a lot of money for a player who was leaving 5-6 days before the window finishes. What can we do? You know what I mean?
Like, you see my problem? I said this. Antony's not worth 94 million. He's not. Like, there's no chance he's worth that. I've said it, like, I thought 50 was a bit too much, but I said 50, 60, you know what, that's fine kind of thing, innit? 90 is way too much. He's not that good.
No, but now that's 90 million euros. What's it in pounds?
No, but fine. Even pounds is probably going to be close to 80. He's still going to be one of our most expensive players. And this is what people don't realize. When you sign someone for 94 million, for example, and let's just say, because this is always a possibility with every single signing, he flops, then how do you let him go? You can't. You're struggling. Because you're not really going to take a massive loss, are you?
Yeah. I can't lie to you. It might be a lot of money, but I think right now, Man United tax is heavy, man. This is why we're glazes out in it. This is why we need the ownership that has a structure in what they're doing. That's why we need a sporting director. That's why we need a negotiation team that have that can sort out a deal, man. Why do certain clubs always get value for what they're buying?
But I can't lie. This is where I think United messed up. It was clear the money weren't there from the Glazers towards the start of the window. The pressure went on the Glazers now, and all of a sudden now they're going to panic and buy Antony, for example, when they could have done this deal so much earlier and just spent less.
There you go.
Let's be honest, like, they probably thought they could have got away with like another summer, for example, where people might talk about the Glazers, but it won't get to a high enough level kind of thing, innit? Where they're panicking. Yeah. Because let's be honest, they panicked and bought Casemiro. Even though I think Casemiro is a top signing, they panicked. It was a panic signing.
The hypothesis I've got with Casemiro is that I think Ten Hag has reacted to the start of the season and said we needed a 6. I don't think that was a plan. I think that was on top of. If we'd have got De Jong, I don't think we'd get Casemiro. And that's why I believe he looked at that first 2 games and thought, bloody hell, we're so easy to beat. We're so, we've got no kind of that dog that kind of we need that bite in midfield. Yeah, the bite in midfield. He's reacted to that and thought, bloody hell, Brentford have done us and also Brighton have done us over. And that midfield battle, we've lost in both. So he's probably looked at it and thought, you know what, I need Casemiro. Yes, it's a panic. It might be a panic, But I think it's also right that the manager's reacted and thought, you know what, we do need him. Go and get him. And if he's available, John Myrtle, go and get him.
No, I can understand that you might want to go for like a different like profile midfielder after seeing how bad United are. But at the same time, I said it, man, it's still massively overpriced. Massively overpriced kind of thing, isn't it?
But you know what it is, though? Like I said to you, it's overpriced, but I feel like football's going that way now. You know, the Premier League has got a lot of money. And Ajax, like I said to you, they've got every right because we messed up. First of all, we could have got Timber. Then we messed up there. Then
Timber didn't want to come, but that's a bit different.
But I'm just saying, though, when we kind of like, you know, we take a intention in it, like, you know. Then we went for Antony, Alessandro Martinez. We kind of huffed and puffed with that one. Arsenal then raised the price. We then started a little bidding war. We paid a little bit over the odds there. Then Ajax said, right, you're coming back for another player. Right, it's not that price anymore. And today's price is 90 million. And that's, you've got to just say it. United, you know what the thing is, yeah? The United don't have the luxury of walking away. That's why they have to pay that. You tell me if United have the luxury of walking away.
Yeah, the only thing where I'm like, pay the money is kind of like, I don't want, and I never want this, I don't want the manager to have an excuse. Antony is clearly his number one target in the forward areas, which is why I'm like, okay, even though I would never pay 94 million euros for Antony, if Ten Hag wants him that bad, because he clearly does, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that kind of thing, innit?
Yeah. I'm fine with it as well, man. Like I said, I'm not looking at the price with Antony. I just want the player, no matter what, man. I think we're so devoid of a right-hand sided left footer. We need that in our team. We need now all of a sudden, Dalot and Antony and Malacia and Rashford or Sancho looks completely different. Like the whole complexion of it looks completely different, which is for me what we need, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, when Man City was spending 50-odd million on fullbacks, regardless of their price, like was Mendy worth 50 million at that time? No, but they got him. And let's be real, for 2 or 3 years he was doing bits, and they won their title with him. You see what I mean?
Yeah, big up Alien 10 with the super chat. He said Hendo man in the match against again, and keepers turning us down. We'll talk about the what do you call it? That
by the way, did you see that stat? By the way,
what
the stat of Henderson about the worst passing in the league?
Yeah, but this is where context is very important because he goes long every single time, innit?
Yeah, I'm just
they
saying,
don't play from the back, innit? They go long. Because if you really want to do that, I swear David De Gea had like 30 long balls over there and complete like 7.
Yeah, but that was just one tactical side of the game.
And that's the same thing. That's the same thing for Forest. They go long.
Anyway, it's out there.
Well, big up Alien Tenno. I'm calling it now. Antony's going to be flop of the season. I'll be honest. Pressure's on it. Pressure is on. And so this is a question I want to ask you. You see, with Antony to repay that fee, what do you think he has to do?
Again, why should we put a pressure on him as a United fan? I think that's for rivals, isn't it?
That's not natural, though, isn't it?
What do you mean? He just has to perform well in it, win us trophies, help us win us trophies. Like, if he helps us win us trophies, I don't care about GA and all that. And like, if he scores goals, if he's part of the team, he's functioning well. You know what I mean? I'm not a guy who just is very, very keen on looking at stats in it. I want to see his impact in the team in it. Like, you know, and I think because I'm so confident because he's playing under Ten Hag. If he didn't play under Ten Hag, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think for me, I'd have a different conversation. I'd be like, you know what, 94 million on a player that really nobody's heard of, or you know, it'd be different. But if because of the manager's work with him and he knows what he's about, then he can't flop, really, can he?
No, you can't flop. It happens.
No, but not.
Alexis Sanchez was Premier League proven. He came to United and flopped.
But you know what it is, though? You have to put the context on Mourinho, man.
Alexis was still one of the best players in the Premier League. He came in and flopped. It happens, isn't it? Like, there's no guarantee.
Who kind of like I said, under Mourinho, all of our attackers were just not it, really. When you look at it, like they weren't performing. You know what I mean? They weren't.
No, but the point is, there's no guarantees in football. The next thing I want to ask you, how would you feel about Antony Sancho? What do you call it? Winger pairing? Because I've got my question marks over it.
I think for me, like I said, he's got the flexibility, man. He doesn't have to play Sancho all the time. He could play Rashford. All of a sudden, I'm starting to see Rashford differently under Ten Hag now, in terms of maybe this might be the manager to get the best out of him. Because I was looking at him, I'm thinking he's looking a bit meaty. I don't think he's the right player. But all of a sudden, you know what I mean? If the way I can see, the manager using him, maybe we might see a different Rashford for the benefit of the team. So, again, like I said, with Sancho and Antony, I get what you mean. But I think Antony's got a lot of pace, A lot of people think he's not that pacey and that, but on the ball, I think he can. But the thing is, though, we're not going to use them in the way you're thinking. Because we've got Malacia and Dalot, we've already got, like, high-flying fullbacks, if you know what I mean. So they might come in. And that might create a bit of space.
That's the fullback's role. The fullback's role is to tuck in, other than maybe Malassi's sometimes a bit different, like Ten Hag's left-hand side, but Antony was the one hogging the width.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, it could change.
Antony's a touchdown winger, innit? Which is why, like, when someone says Antony and Sancho are not the same, they're not, because Antony's actually a touchdown winger. I don't think Sancho is that kind of thing, innit? Mm-hmm. But
by the way, he scored 8 goals and he had about 12 assists, I think it was.
You know one thing I'll say?
Not too bad.
And I don't know how people feel, and I think I said it yesterday with Ty. There's something about me that if we sign Antony, I want to see Antony on the right, Rashford on the left, and Sancho on the 10.
Nah, not for me. Nah, not for me. He's a wide player, man, Sancho. I get what you mean. That's something I think, could happen in later on in his career. But not now. Not now, man.
Okay, let me ask you this. Don't you feel then you need, like, say, for example, Sancho and Antony was at the wide areas, don't you think you need someone direct like Rashford who can make the runs in behind?
Yeah.
Just have a nice balance as a front three. Because say our front three,
but in the big games, in the big games, he might do that,
Yeah, but say, for example, like our front three, it could be Martial, Antony, and Sancho.
Yeah.
I don't like
Martial. That. You don't like that? Why do you like that? Is it?
I don't think there's enough goals in that front three.
You know what it is?
I don't think there's enough directness in behind in that front three.
With Martial, though, what I think
just quickly, I didn't say Martial. I said Sancho in the 10, not Sancho in the 9.
Yeah. Before. What I think Martial, though, in this system with Ten Hag does, though, he drops into spaces and then he allows the wingers to bomb on forward. That's what I'm saying. Like, you might not see as many goals from Martial, but I think collectively as a team, we might see more goals. And I think I'm happy with that as well. I'm happy with both sides, though.
No, but there you go then. If Martial's the one dropping deep, then that's where you need someone like a Rashford, for example, making those runs in behind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be Rashford. I've got this feeling that, Rashford would probably be used more than Sancho. But again, that's only my opinion because of the fact that the pacing behind that Ten Hag is looking at and deploying. But again, I think the natural kind of view that everyone most has will be Antony on the right and Sancho on the left. I think that's what will balance. But I've just got this feeling that Ten Hag really likes Rashford. I don't know what it is.
It's not me rating Rashford, by the way, but all I've always said with Rashford, you see his profile in terms of on his day, he's a direct goal-scoring winger, inside forward, whatever you want to call it. Who else can do that? Because if Martial's a number 9, Sancho's not the guy, Antony's not that profile. Elanga is direct, but let's be honest, everyone knows Elanga's ceiling, for example, not that high. And then the other one maybe is Garnacho.
Yeah.
That's why I've always said that Rashford profile is very, very important, which is why I can understand why Ten Hag.
It's mad how many wingers we got now, It's mad how many wingers we got now. Like Elanga, Rashford, Sancho, Antony, Garnacho, 5. I think Garnacho, man, we got to use him this season, man, as well, like Carabao Cup and that, FA Cup, Europa League. I want to see Garnacho, man. Especially if we qualify early in that. I want to see Garnacho. But in terms of, for me, and then you got Martial who can play on that left. Because I think we're getting this Gakpo, I have a feeling we're getting him, because David, honestly, what did he tweet? He said something about Man United. No, but he did say, though, United are focusing on forwards. So he said something that was plural. Look there as well, yeah. Telegraph was reporting it today.
Do you think we get both?
I think we get both, man. Because he's out of the Champions League now as well. So we might get it for like 30 million.
Okay. Does Ronaldo...
Bro, the Glaze... I think Ronaldo, I'll be honest with you, man, it's not looking good, bruv. Nobody's after him, man.
This guy, man.
I'm not lying, man.
I think Ronaldo leaves. I said it. If United are going for Cody Gakpo and Antony, I think Ronaldo's gone.
Ronaldo, man, apparently Saudi Arabia today have come back in for him and that. Apparently,
he's not going with Saudi.
Where's he going then, Ronaldo? Seriously, like, it's a bit. You know what, man? I'm actually feeling sorry for him. You know, man. It's a bit like nobody wants him, man.
I think he definitely has a move.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I can't lie, man.
What do you call it? Surely you. What do you call it? What's the word? Surely you say you're doing an interview in 2 weeks if you have a move. Because what else are you going to talk about in the interview? Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to talk about? Oh, I love the club. Everyone lied. I've always wanted to stay and all of that stuff. Come on, man. Don't embarrass yourself saying that. We know
will he stay now? Will the idea of Casemiro and them, man, be like, yo, like, I'm staying in it, basically, like, you know, because we've got Casemiro, we got Ronaldo.
Does Casemiro don't get you Champions League football though? We're not in the Champions League this year, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, just in general, like the fact that they're all here, that, you know, maybe like a Premier League push or like he might think in his head, you know, like a FA Cup, win some cups. Maybe he might change his viewpoint there, but unless nobody comes for him, he's staying. That's the main. It's not even about we should be thinking about like other things, like, you know, if nobody comes in for him, he's staying. He's not gonna buy out his contract. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Oh shit! What's this?
I wouldn't be surprised if United terminate though, or like mutual
Memphis deal with Juventus collapsed.
Yeah, but we know that was going to collapse because they're signing Milik.
They all decided to. Yeah, Milik. But why did they buy Milik when it's similar to Vlahovic, in it, in terms of style?
The package is probably cheaper or something in Memphis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because like people didn't realize, other than the Premier League, other leagues don't really have that amount of money like Premier League.
Yeah, true.
And this year, like, it's the stat, man, you rate Gakpo, you seem to have watched it. I said this. You see with Cody Gakpo, I feel like his profile, how do I say this? Like, you see, for example, Rashford's profile in terms of the runs in behind. I feel like Cody Gakpo is similar to that. Do I rate Gakpo in terms of I think he can be one of the best wingers in the world? No chance. I don't think he's that good in terms of that level kind of thing, innit? But back up competing on the left-hand side, he might.
Can he play forward? Can he play up front?
I'll be honest, he seems like he could be molded into a striker, because I'll be honest, like, he don't look 100% comfortable on the left-hand side, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, it's a weird one. Like, you have to watch Cody Gakpo. Like, I said this with him, yeah. One thing I do hate about him, man, I said this the other day. You see this guy shooting. He shoots from City Rangers. Decision-making doesn't improve.
Like Rashford.
Yeah. Like someone said today, Gakpo is literally Rashford Dutch version. It's a weird one with him, innit? It's a weird one. But as I said, like, he's an interesting profile.
It's his pace and power in it, and maybe that's why the Premier League. It's like when people are saying, "Oh, Isaac is not worth 70 million," and etc. Like, I think he'll do well in the Premier League, man. His profile will suit the Premier League. His pace and power, and the goals are different.
Man. You see with Isaac signing, the only thing for me is price. You do not pay after the season Alexander Isaac just had the £60 million.
But if you got to remember, he's only 22.
No, but this is what I said. If you're doing it after he got the 17 league goals, for example, in the league, and I think he got young La Liga Player of the Year, I think it was, then I'll be honest, you know what? It makes sense.
Yeah, but then one season, like I said to you, Real Sociedad are not going to say, you know, we put the price down for that just because he's had one bad season. Like, I think still talent's there. I think his overall attributes are still good. Like, he's almost similar the way like Henry plays in a sense, without comparing him, but that kind of style. And I feel like for me in the Premier League, the goals that you get in the La Liga are not the same goals that you get in the Premier League. Like, you get a lot of crosses in the Premier League. You'll get like the build-up plays quicker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the goals will come like in different variations. Like La Liga is very, very methodical. They play it from the back. They pass it around. It's pass. It's almost like passing it into the net. Like in the Premier League, it's very maximum boom, and he's not gonna have time to think. And actually, it might suit him now that he won't have time to think and just bury chances. You know what I mean? Like, the ratio of crosses coming in through heading in La Liga to the Premier League, bro. Come on, man. It's night and day. So I think for me, you got to remember, Wilson's always injury prone. You know what I mean?
He's
so
injured again. It's a shame because actually rate Callum Wilson, very high.
Is he injured again?
Yeah. I think I saw Kendall's tweet that it could be injured for like potentially. I think he done his hamstring or something, innit?
That's what I mean. They can't keep him fit, bro. That's a problem. That's a problem, bro. Can't keep him fit. But like I said, with us, I think you get with this De Jong situation. I don't know what's happening, man. I think you know what I mean. If United,
you still got hope.
It's the hope that kills him, man.
Because I think
you know what, man? I'm scared about today. Chelsea, man.
Sport came out today and said, "Oh, we're still in for him and stuff, innit?" But I think Laurie Whitwell, the Athletic, have come out and said there's no chance.
Seriously, when did they say that?
The Athletic, Laurie Whitwell said it. Like the chances of De Jong are very slim now, because Casemiro was the De Jong alternative.
Yeah, but I still think it's not the end of the world because we got Eriksen in it. Because of the fact that we got Eriksen, I don't think it's the end of the world in it. And you know what I mean? We could be all right in that situation. You know what I mean? So, but then again, I would have kept James Garner then. You know what I mean? And
be honest, man. Youri Tielemans is available.
Nah, I'm still not feeling him, you know.
You see me, I'm not. I don't rate Youri Tielemans that highly, kind of thing, and I've always said it. Like when people were saying before, "Do you want Youri Tielemans?" and I've always said no in it. But I've always said, now you have a player of Casemiro's mold. You need someone much better on the ball, good ball progressor.
You know who I would get? That Fabio Ruiz is still not got to PSG, you know. What's going on with that deal?
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I don't know what's happening with that. Obviously, that would be like my number one target. I've always said that.
How much is he worth? Fabio Ruiz?
Was it not like 25?
Seriously?
I swear that was the fee reported for Fabio Ruiz, unless I'm wrong, because he only has a year left on his contract.
That's what I mean. What are United doing then? If they can't get him, why are you going for him then? Yeah, they're moving.
Ben says a shout, but obviously that's a bit more of a harder deal to my eyes do, because obviously Kessie's left AC Milan. Ben says the main midfielder kind of thing.
Yeah.
And with Fabio Ruiz, they also got to remember Napoli signed Ndombele.
Yeah, they bought Ndombele. Yeah. He scored a rocket. He scored a nice
goal the other day. Yeah.
Bro, he scored a mad goal yesterday. You know what? On the hindsight, you know what I mean, we're having evaluated everything. I probably would take Tielemans, but like I said, he would be last option. You know, last option, bro.
No, but I think the more important thing that I'm trying to say is like the profile that Tielemans is now of like that player. It makes sense now that you have a Casemiro. In my eyes, it didn't make sense before.
Yeah, of course.
But now, like, I'm fine with it, kind of thing, innit?
Yeah, 100%. And that, you know what it is for me? Like I said, with this transfer window, because now we're prioritizing forward, I think that's where the main focus is. And obviously the keeper, Dubravka, I mean, I'm still not sure about that one. I want a keeper that's going to challenge De Gea. But, you know what I mean?
I've always said it, like, does it matter, though? I'll be honest, I don't even think we need a backup keeper.
Yeah, we do.
No, but we got Tom Heaton.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You know, he doesn't have any star qualities, man.
No, but Sai, let me ask you this here: is Dubravka coming in to challenge De Gea? The answer is no.
No, but he's at least a second choice keeper, though, isn't it? Like he's at least someone who I think can come in and do a job. Tom Heaton is a third choice keeper.
No, but I'm still finding Tom Heaton was a second choice keeper. Like I said,
you wouldn't.
Unless if you're bringing in, for example, maybe like I don't know, realistically, it's not going to happen, but a Robert Sanchez, for example, then I can understand kind of thing, innit? But if he's bringing in the Dubravka, come on, man. Like, you might as well just pay Tom Heaton.
For 2 million?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it don't really matter kind of thing, innit? But I don't see much difference between Tom Heaton and Dubravka.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This Heaton, brother, I think it's like we need 3 keepers, man. We need 3 keepers. The third keeper can come on when, you know, because I remember when City got them injuries, man, and they were playing, I think they were playing like their third choice keeper or something like that, man. Like, you know, we don't want to be in that situation, innit?
No, I hear that, but I've always said it. I don't have a problem with Tom Heaton in it. Like, realistically, especially David here in terms of his injury record, he's not like Alisson. Like, Alisson picks up a couple injuries and stuff, innit?
Yeah, De Gea doesn't.
He doesn't. He's normally fully fit. And if, for example, the Europa League games or the odd Premier League game, you're going to need Tom Heaton to step up, I'm fine with it. Like, people need to remember, Tom Heaton's played in the Premier League before.
Yeah.
And if the third keeper, like someone said, just let it be like some academy, like kind of thing, innit?
What's the academy card called again? I forgot his name.
Like, you got VTech, I think Culver left on loan, I think.
Culver, yeah, that one.
And then you got Nathan Bishop. I don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah.
Like, you still have, realistically, they're not going to play in it. And this, I think Sergio Romero left. I swear he's gone to another club now.
Yeah, he's gone back to homeland.
Argentina, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be interesting now. I've always said it. I think United shouldn't extend David De Gea's contract. I've always said that.
But he's got a 2-year contract though left. If we think about it, option with a further year. So technically he's got 2 years left on his contract.
No, I thought we've already extended option.
I don't think so.
No way.
Yeah, he's got 1 more year left and it can trigger. It's like the Matic one, isn't it? If he had 1 more year, but we triggered the final year.
We triggered it, man.
No, 100% not. So we still got 1 more year left, 2 more years left with David De Gea. But like I said, I you guys think that, the manager's really after a keeper, man. I think he's happy with David De Gea. I genuinely do, man. It would surprise me to see Ten Hag drop David De Gea. And I've even admitted that maybe
but
we should look at another keeper.
This season, no, but I think overall, come on, man. Costa's available, for example, from Porto. I think he has a release clause. Mike Maignan, that's like the dream in my head because I think he's one of the best keepers in the world. But even then, for a lesser budget, Robert Sanchez or David Raya from Brentford.
Robert Sanchez would be my pick.
Or in terms of like the money point of view and stuff as well.
Yeah, money point of view. I think Premier League as well. I think just in general. I think you lot are underestimating AC Milan now, man. They're a team now that will be reluctant to sell players, man.
No, but I think that's it. He's the dream keeper kind of thing, and realistically, it's probably not going to happen. But if there's one keeper in the world that could sign, it would be him.
And Brighton are selling club now, man. They're becoming like the new team that just sells players. And you know what? They have a good enough recruitment team to go and get the next one. So they believe in themselves. They sell high, and then they get one for a lower cheap. That's what they do, Brighton. Very, very good club. So for me, like I said, I'm just looking at the situation now with the keeper. I think we need a right back, man. I'm not trusting Wan-Bissaka, man. I don't like the fact that he's only coming on for the last 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Here and there, last 5 minutes. I want a guy who's I don't know why we didn't keep that right back, man. What's his name? Yeah.
But realistically, he's gone on low now. He's going to start every single game. That's pretty better for his development and stuff, isn't it?
But how long has he got left on his contract, though? I'm sure it's last year.
I think it's 1 year. But then obviously United can still extend it depending on how he does.
Yeah. But I think for me, we need a right back, man. We need a right back. Can't lie to you.
But I'll be honest, though, like, Wan-Bissaka, that was a good sub by Ten Hag as well.
Yeah. He got everything spot on. He got everything spot on, man. Everything from wherever he said, he got everything spot on. So,
and that's another problem as well with Ethan-led injuries. So hopefully he can stay fully fit. But I've always said it, like, the dream right back for me is obviously Malo Gustav from Lyon. Do I think that's going to happen? Because obviously I think L'Equipe linked us with him. The answer is no. But you never know.
Dumfries will be a lot of money. Dumfries will be more money than Dest.
No, but you see with United, like, Ten Hag does seem to want a right back, innit? Like, remember, we've been linked with not necessarily a right back, but in terms of that position this entire summer.
I know. That's the only issue. I think that the other fullback, Malacia, we got Shaw, who's an adequate, backup as well. I hope Shaw doesn't play next game, by the way, and Malacia keeps his position.
Yeah, I think Malacia won it.
So hopefully,
He's like frozen, isn't me? I can never tell. Are you looking in the chat? Side frozen, is it me? I'm so confused. Yeah, he's frozen. Okay, calm. Nah, like, I've always said, like, you can't tell in it with StreamYard sometimes who's the one frozen, innit? What I've always said is that, let me get onto it. Gusto, in my eyes, that's a dream fullback. I said it, like, I think until 16 or 17, he played in midfield. So if Ten Hag wants him to do that inverted role, I feel like he's good enough, and he's had experience playing centrally. I feel like in terms of ability himself, I think he's 19 now, can obviously grow with the rebuild. And let's be honest, if he comes in, does he really expect to be starting week in, week out? Said said, 1 sec, internet cut off, I'll be back. The answer is no with Gusto. So I think Gusto and Dallo competing, I'm 100% fan of that. And that would be the dream, because I think Gusto will be one of the best right backs in the world, in my eyes, from what I've seen. And Leon, by the way, I actually really, really like Leon's squad. There's a couple players I said that I really like from Leon. Gusto, the left centre back, what's the guy's name? Lucaba or something. And the youngster in midfield, it starts with L. I can never say the guy's name. But Leon actually have a decent spine, not spine, but a couple decent youngsters coming through. Come on, man. You see me. Shirky as well. That's another one. But I really, really like how that Leon team are lining up. Yeah, but Kakarek, for example, is a bit more older than the rest kind of thing, isn't it? And he just signed a new contract, I think, this summer window. We need Leon scouts. I'll be honest here. You know who's European recruitment I really, really like? Bayer Leverkusen. I need to search up their scouts or whoever the director of football is, because I was speaking with, I think, Harj and Ty about it a couple months ago. And I was like, come on, man. Like, their recruitment looks insane on paper in terms of some of the youngsters they got coming through as well. But let's see how Bayer Leverkusen do. Because I think they'd be linked to Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. They could have a Callum Hudson-Odoi, Florian Wirtz, Diaby, and Patrick Schick front four. That's one of the best front fours. Yeah, this guy. He's not from the academy. Yeah, but wherever they got him from, he looks really, really good from there, right there. Yeah, Kai Havertz is from there as well. Yeah, Wirtz, I can't wait until he's back from his injury, man. Let's see how he does. Hopefully he can still be in the World Cup squad. But even then, I said it, that's Musiala's tournament. That is Musiala's tournament. Guy creates like some mini variety. Yeah, he's really, really good. They got Wirtz and Schick. I'm already a fan. Yeah. They recruit. They also have Foster Mensah, by the way. I think people forget about Foster Mensah. Like, he's on the bench for them. But he's been very, very unlucky there with injuries. And obviously, when they got Frimpong on the right back, he's not really going to be starting over. There ain't going to be any real... From Kane. Fair. United finishing by Liverpool, no chance. I'll be honest here. You see Liverpool just quickly. I think people are way too reactionary on Liverpool. Way too reactionary. Baines link up with KG and Flex. Listen, they're doing their thing on United unit. They're killing it right now. They're killing it. I'm saying he needs to hurry up. He needs to hurry up. I wanted to ask him something about United. Lacazette and Talisca, Leon. He's back.
Yo, my bad, yo.
You and your internet, man. You and your internet.
No, bro. You know what it is, yeah? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It just comes off randomly, bro. And then it comes back on after a minute. I'm like, brother, man, what's wrong with this, man?
Yeah, go on. United. I was gonna say, what would you do for the weekend now?
What do you mean?
Because I had this discussion with Ty and Biz. Would you keep it the same 11? Because obviously you're coming off a win. Or would you change something?
Nah, I'd put Casemiro in. I'd put Fred in. And then either Eriksen or Bruno in the 10 role. That's what I'd do.
So you're keeping Elanga on the left?
Nah, man. No Asensio, man. No Asensio. Nah.
Wait, so you're keeping Elanga on the left?
Sorry?
You're keeping Elanga off the left?
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'd put Martial up top, Sancho on the right. See, the thing is, this is a sticky period, man, for Sancho, you know. Can he play on the right now? This is the problem. He's in a sticky situation, you know, Sancho, you know. Because for us to play Martial, Rashford has to play on the left. He's not a right winger. But then Sancho can play on the right, but we've not seen the best of Sancho on the right. Do you get what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah, but I feel like pre-season we saw it was Martial, Rashford.
That's what I'm saying there. So again, that's what I'm saying. So it has to work in it. That's why I'd rather do. So I'd play that team for me, and it's fluid then. Casemiro, Fred, and then Eriksen or Bruno, Sancho, Martial, Rashford. I think that's and then keep the back two. Sorry, the back four.
Someone said on current form, Bruno should be benched. I'll be honest here. Yeah, Bruno,
same.
Like, I get people criticizing him, but you see with Bruno, I've always said, you see off the ball. he's brilliant kind of thing, innit? Like you can dive on the ball you want, but off the ball he will never stop running kind of thing, innit? And it's interesting what Ten Hag said after the game in terms of him being captain and how he was like, oh yeah, we had a bit more leaders on the pitch. He mentioned Rafa Varane.
That's what I said to a lot of people.
Said gone again. I think Said's gone again. Flipping hell, man. This guy and his internet. Yeah, I think he's gone. Oh my days, man. No, you could argue he's a net negative what you want in terms of Bruno Fernandes, but all I'm saying here, off the ball, Bruno Fernandes, you can't fault him kind of thing, innit? You can't fault him, even though on the ball the other day he was a bit careless. I think Gary Neville did overhype him when I think Gary Neville said he was like sensational or something, innit? But off the ball, like, fair play, fair play. He's a midfielder that's on the ball. Yeah, Said's Wi-Fi is crazy, but I think he's back. What you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying, man? Just speak about this, bro.
Why, what happened? You're lagging again.
Yeah, got me.
Yeah, I can hear you. But I think you're lagging.
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go on. What did you say?
Nah, I can't even remember where I was on. The Bruno thing. Yo,
it's madness.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Bruno Fernandes,
man. I can't lie to you, man. I don't know what he is, man. I can't lie. Bruno Fernandes, let me know if he's a 6, if he's an 8. What is he, man? What is he? You tell me what he is then. Bruno Fernandes.
He's a midfielder.
No, but what is he, a 6? Is he an 8? Is he a 10? What is he?
I think he's better as an 8 in it because I've always said off the ball I like Bruno. But the next thing is this: say Martial does play up top, Bruno's runs in behind then also become very important, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Which like is an interesting one with Bruno. Big up Ned too, probably butchered that. He said I saw a post on Insta with 6 position midfield combinations and Donny wasn't added. What have we done to this lad, assistant captain at Ajax too?
Where's that? Show me. I don't know. I got the link to that. You know, to be fair, there's a picture of I think United combinations. I think one guy, big up to Red United. I'm gonna show you now.
Where there's like 4 different midfield combinations, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
You seen it?
Yeah.
So
I said it. You see with the midfield options here, like, and I think Ten Hag said something after when he was talking about the game against Liverpool, where it's like picking plays for certain games, isn't it? Which is basically what he did with Belanga.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Ten Hag will do. And this one is, I've already said this. We have so many games before the World Cup, for example. Like we spoke about off here about the what do you call it? Champions League, Europa League when that's back. That's back in 10 days. That's how you said.
100%, man. We got. I think for me, it's about squad rotation, bro. I told you about the fixtures, innit? So the Europa League starts, I think, on the 10th of September. Around then, we got so many games. We got probably 2 games a week until the World Cup, and then 4 days after the World Cup final, we play the Carabao Cup. Then we play non-stop after that. Then the Europa League kicks in again for the next group stages. But it's going to be non-stop, So we're going to need that midfield combinations. I can't lie to you. I think our squad, if we could get 2 or 3 more attackers in. What does Ten Hag keep banging on about? Squad rotation. We need a lot of depth. We need a lot of numbers. He keeps saying it all pre-season. Yeah, 8th of September. Wow. Damn. It starts then,
Yeah, but this is what I say. Like when people say Donny's not playing too much, Donny's going to get his chance. Then it's all about taking a chance, isn't it? Because this is it now. And a lot of these players, there's no more, excuses.
Bro, we got a lot of games, man. People need to stop like this feeling of they're not going to get game time, man. I think even players like Garnacho will get game time. Like, we've got plenty of games, man. Too many games. So rotation will be key. And I don't think anybody wants to play that many games anyway before the World Cup. Does anyone want to play that many games? When you think about it, nobody wants to get. Nobody wants to kind of like be burnt out. Like you want to be in the top tier condition for the World Cup. Maybe after the World Cup, players will start to feel a bit moaning and whatnot. But before the World Cup, I don't think anyone's moaning. Really.
Big up Aliens and he said, sorry, the internet master. It ain't easy.
Yeah, it ain't easy, man. But soon I'm moving into my new flat, man. Hopefully by on Tuesday, Wednesday. So no more issues with that Wi-Fi, I'm telling you.
And he said, Ten Hag still giving him 3 minutes a game too. Listen, we'll see. Like, as I said, like, in my eyes, we've seen Donny, for example, the last couple of games that he's come on, make an impact. In my eyes, like, if he started the next game, I don't think anyone can really argue with it.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is with Donny, I think I'll be honest with you, I think maybe Ten Hag is shocked by his drop-off as well. That's why he's not played him.
But when you have barely played for the last 2 years, for example, maybe that's the reason kind of thing. I'm not trying to make an excuse for Donny, but it could be a possibility. But anyway, like, Donny will get game time. Then it's just about, I've always said it, like, impress. I think Ten Hag seems to be a manager that if you impress him, and let's be honest, he's probably already going to have a slight bias towards Donny, naturally, because he's worked with him and he's Dutch. He will pick it. Just work hard, play well, and you will be given a chance.
Also, Ten Hag is not picking him based on what's happened at Ajax, in it. That's why he's picking Scott McTominay, because he thinks that what's suited to the Premier League, Scott McTominay gives me that now. And he's going to work toward Donny, give him like just simple. If obviously McTominay was in the Dutch league, you wouldn't even hear of him. You wouldn't even see him play. You see what I mean?
And then you said it's not about game time. Though. Remember when Ten Hag came in, there were reports that he loves working with Finn squad. It's something internally. And don't get me wrong, I hear that, but this is where Ten Hag is going to have to adapt. You can't have a Finn squad this year. You will be punished with Europa League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup as well.
When did reports come out? When did they say that?
But this is natural, isn't it? Everyone's always said this about Ten Hag, about the Finn squad thing. But you can't have a Finn squad this year.
No. Simple.
Like, you're just gonna, especially with the World Cup injuries, playing maybe 2-3 games a week. Some people are getting to get injured.
This is where I think Man United could find themselves in a situation where a lot of people write United off, but I'm slowly, kind of optimistic about the situation now in terms of, if we can get the players we can get, there's no reason why United shouldn't get top 4 in my eyes, because if we've got all them players that he's wanted and the players that we've wanted as fans, there shouldn't be a reason why United should get top 4. Let's be real.
Realistically, say, are we still better than the 5 of the top 6 sides?
The thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chelsea. I don't fear Chelsea.
You fear Arsenal?
I fear Arsenal because of the fact that I think their team cohesion and their team chemistry is
Tottenham?
very, very good. Tottenham, I do, because of Conte. Man, and what he's doing now, which is worrying, is he's getting them over the line. He's making them 1-0s. Like he's making them win, and he's pulling them over the line.
You fear Liverpool?
Liverpool this season, no, I don't fear them, but I still think they'll be up there though. They won't be kind of like what people are saying in terms of like fading away and not getting into the top 4. I still think they'll be in and around there with the quality they've got, But I think with United, I understand, about the situation that, maybe we're thinking 6 before the season, but Casemiro, get, a couple of players in there. Why not? But I think you can't just dismiss, you can't have the expectation that United shouldn't reach top 4 with the squad they've got, the manager they've got. We should be in the race, man. I don't see why not.
Listen, there's over 220 people watching, by the way. Make sure you guys like the video. We're not even on 100 likes yet. So the video. Go on.
You don't think we get top 4?
No.
What makes you say that?
Because I said it, there's 5 better managers in the league currently in my eyes. And they've had their, teams for longer. And I'm saying it.
I don't think
I've always said it. You think one game is really gonna make me change my mind on these players?
No. I never said one game. I said if he gets the targets that he wants.
Yeah, I hear that. But
we
get
Gakpo, we get a midfielder, and we get and a right back.
Then we say Metal Madness.
For me, it's Mel's done his job, and he's bloody hell, mate. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just think, I'm not trying to hype up top four, but I think a lot of people are, having an expectation. You still have the expectation that United should be, getting into the top four with that squad. I'm sorry.
I don't think we should be getting fourth, but I said we have to, it's not, you can't just write off kind of thing, if that makes sense. You're still going to be there in the right challenging kind of thing, innit? But I've always said this, if you don't get top four, I'm fine with it. Realistically, I've said it. I expect us to finish sixth.
I think anybody who thinks that Ten Hag has failed if he hasn't got top four is ludicrous, in it. This is a long, wrong road ahead, and it's not going to happen overnight. But I still think, we should be, battling to get top four. We should be fighting for games, and then I think our expectations should change.
Europa League,
and then Europa League as well. You know what I mean? That situation, cups. I don't know, man. I just think let's see where we go step by step, and then build the confidence up. But these teams as well will have their problems, and can we capitalize on that? Statman, are we able to capitalize on teams faltering?
Yeah, but that's something I've always said. I don't know if we can, because come on, man, we played good for one game. We need consistency. That's something we've never had with these players for the last how many years, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, lastly, I wanted to say something. Kieran McKenna, by the way.
I know, bro.
He's top.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, my mate. Listen, this is my mate. Yeah, I used to go uni with him. He's an Ipswich fan, and he just messaged me, said, maybe McKenna wasn't the problem after all, and it's probably top of the league in League One. Fair play, man.
I think they scored 10 goals, 2 conceded, unbeaten in the league.
Yeah,
4 wins, I think 1 draw.
Yeah,
I just thought that was interesting, innit?
Yeah, very interesting. I'm just messaging him back now. He said, hopefully Ten Hag really works well. I'd like him as a manager. Yeah.
Someone said I saw him at stands today for 2 months ago, Kieran McKenna. Mad. But I don't know, man. I just thought that was very, very interesting with Kieran McKenna in it. Because obviously a lot of people used to say the coaches were the problem at United and stuff. And don't get me wrong, someone said, the League One have shame. It's fine, and it is League One, but
nah, you know what it is though? You got to put respect on there, the championship and stuff like that, because you know why? It's a tough mental game, they play 46 games as well.
Yeah,
it's difficult, man. You know what I mean? People need to put respect on the championship and League One, man.
People are gonna say that's the level. This is what people need to realize here. Let's judge Kieran McKenna at the end of his career, because Kieran McKenna, he's still a very young coach. This is his first managerial job, and he's not doing right so far.
Apparently, it's only 35. Yeah.
He's hella young. That's what I said. Let's see in it. I really hope Harry gets into management as well.
Yeah. But I tell you, who's on fraud watch, man? Steven Gerrard, man.
Yeah, but I said it. You see, my biggest problem with Villa, I hate their recruitment. I fully can't stand their recruitment, because I feel like they just have so many central base players. If that makes sense, innit?
It is. The thing is, they haven't bought they bought Bailey, but they never used him correctly. I still don't get that Bailey signing, why they ever bought Bailey.
I'll be honest. I said this here. You see, Philip Coutinho, massive mistake. And I admit that's one of Villa's biggest mistakes they made. Because they don't need him.
Yeah.
When Philippe Coutinho came off the other day, was he against Everton? I think he was.
He played shit against Everton, though.
Yeah, but Villa was better without Coutinho.
Buendia plays better.
Yeah. And someone said they gave Gerrard too much too quickly. Yeah. I'll be honest. No matter what, I feel like Gerrard still deserved that job.
Why?
No, because realistically, he was at the Championship. Not Championship, sorry. Scottish League. He won the league. Was he not unbeaten? I can't remember if he was unbeaten, but they won the league. He was always going to make that step up.
There was more better credentials, though, around, though. I think, for me, at the time. I think there was a couple of other managers that had better credentials. I forgot who it was, but they deserved it for me. You know?
Yeah, maybe in it, but I'll be honest. Like, I still think he was that natural. It was going to be a Premier League move in it. It was going to be a Premier League move. And someone said, Nedu said, "Hear me out. Forget Frankie. Get in the pie and go for Paqueta or Fabian." I think Paqueta's going West Ham in it. I think the first bid got rejected. They said they can both play deep and push forward when needed, and both tall for size. Yeah, Fabian Ruiz is one of my. I remember the video that I done with you, Said, when you asked me 2 midfielders outside.
Who?
A video on your channel. 2 midfielders outside.
Yeah.
And I said Chouameni and Fabian Ruiz.
Fabian Ruiz, yeah, I know.
Sad times, man. Sad times.
Bro, that would have been a nice little midfield that,
But realistically, we're never going to get Chouameni. I've always said it. If a player wants to go Real, Barca, listen, let them go in it. Like, those are the 2 biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He said, lastly, big up, Stanton say, looking forward to talking football with you guys one day. 100% big up every single time. Anyways, anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, man, I'm going to go live at 7:30, people. Me, Musa, Ty, and Kaz. Make sure you come check it out. 7:30 after the Champions League draw. You know what I mean? Man, I had to prioritize that. You know what I mean? Even though we're not in it, but it is what it is, man. So,
Can't lie, I was thinking this day. You know the Champions League draw is actually kind of big for us. Because you don't want like 3 decent teams in one group in it, because then you know that decent team's going to fall down.
Oh, yeah. True. But I'll be honest with you, I don't mind it, man. Let's bring them on in it, man. We'll have them.
Wait, what time does the Champions League draw start?
It's starting now.
And then they're going to talk about the rules for another half an hour, innit?
Yeah, talk about rules. So it'll probably be done by about 7, innit?
Yeah, probably 6:15. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they're doing that ceremony as well, innit?
Ceremony?
In terms of men's best player, men's best goalkeeper,
defender. That takes a bit of a while as well, yeah, exactly.
Flipping hell. Bro, someone said the draw could be Bayern, Liverpool, and Inter. Wow. Yeah, it could be, innit? Like, some of the teams in like the third pot are decent. That's where Dortmund are in the third pot.
Yeah.
Pot 3.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Dortmund versus United, that would be a tough game, innit, if we were ever to face them.
Tough, bro, I'm telling you. So
yeah, Europa League draws tomorrow at 12, innit?
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, big up everyone for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to Saeed. The link is in the title. Subscribe to me and all that good stuff. And I'll be back soon. Big up.